What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Action Sunday. And this week, as I promised, I was going to review the movie Red Scorpion starring Dolph Lundgren. So, yeah, this one was one of those ones I've been trying to keep putting off, so I want to talk about it. It was also recommended to me by Sal. Thank you, Sal, for recommending this movie to me. But hey, I finally found it on Freevee of all places, and sure enough, I was able to give it a go. And wow, a lot to unpack with this gem from 1988. So to give you guys a quick gist or a lowdown of the story, I'm just going to try to simplify this story as best as I can. But if you want to give this movie a see, or if you want to look up this movie, it's a fun movie. But here's where it gets interesting. So Dolph Lundgren plays a Spetsnaz commando named Nikolai Rodchenko. He is assigned to infiltrate this resistance movement in Africa to try to take out this leader that's been targeted by, of course, the GRU or KGB, whatever, technically the Spetsnaz. Essentially, the higher up of the Russian government, which, of course, yeah. Now I think about it, it's like, wow, geez, funny enough, how something like this kind of reflects today. I'm like, geez, just a little scary and just like makes me uneasy. But interesting enough, so as he's going out and trying to infiltrate this resistance movement, it's like now he's got to cope with a whole lot of shit. Like somehow he breaks a couple of rules. He's fighting his own countrymen. Somehow encounters like a American journalist and like a whole litany of other crap. And like it just goes off on a crazy, eventful chase, and if I can put it in words, because majority of this movie feels like a manhunt or a chase, because here's the thing, it's like he gets his orders, the credits, after the credits roll, like the opening credits thing, then he's just dropped into sub-Saharan, wherever it is. He somehow starts a bar fight against some locals and some of his own countrymen who are, well, not really his own teammates, or they're definitely countrymen because they're Russian special forces or something like that. He's a commando kind of thing. You get my point. It's like essentially like I'm like trying to figure out like what are they trying to go with this hero? It's like, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? But like ultimately we get the. I hate to use the wrestling term face turn in this movie, but I'm going to go with that because that's what happens during the last part of the movie. But when it comes to everything else in this movie, it's like it's an interesting gaggle of characters, okay? Because again, like somehow he gets lumped in with the American journalist, gets lumped in with another activist or another prisoner played by Al White. You got Emmett Walsh, who plays the American journalist, which kind of surprised me. I was like, wow, I was half only expecting someone else. But yeah, and yeah, between that, it's like it's a interesting gaggle of characters and good actors for the most part. But again, like you're just as you're watching this, you're like, wow, where's this gonna go? You're expecting some things to happen. You expect him to follow through on his mission, and there is some crazy stuff. Like believe it or not, like the American journalist has some feelings against the Spetsnaz commando because hello, this is still the 80s. Well, it's like post Cold War, because remember the Cold War had ended like around the time this movie came out or a little bit before. So yeah, there you go. So again, there's still some tension between Americans and the Soviets, and of course the poor African character, the North African character, he's just trying to say, you know what, let's let them trust him, build the trust with him, kind of thing. So it's again kind of going on with some political dynamic there, but of course I don't want to get too much into it. But yeah, but eventually as the movie goes on, like again, like I said, he somehow turns into the hero that this movie's looking for. I'm like, wow, so it took like 60 something minutes to get to this point. I'm like, wow, it was like a long winding journey. It's a slow build to this. And I'm like, wow. But the action is just batshit insane. There's, again, when it comes to the escapism, like I said, it's more of the chase. Like I said, because they break out, the special forces go after them. There's a tank involved. There's guys trying to turn on each other. There's a whole lot of it, and man, like they just light up North Africa like freaking Christmas in this movie. Like damn, like a whole lot of. I will admit the location is pretty damn spectacle, but of course at the same time, I'm pretty sure they didn't really film in North Africa or the desert. Pretty sure they filmed in America, where the production offices take place. But who knows? But like I said, the last part gets batshit insane. Like he finally says, you know what? I'm no longer Spetsnaz. Sorry to spoil that for you. Like he just takes out like a freaking compound almost by himself. But then of course you got all the resistance leaders coming along. Like there's some really strong elements that I feel like won't fly today, but I feel like wow, just makes you just go wow, this kind of shit can happen. And man, like Dolph Lundgren like really brings his A game in this, but of course again I feel like now compare his Russian accent in this movie to Ivan Drago. Feel like his Russian accent here was more phoned in. Like it's like he's like trying to find the perfect balance between like, okay, wow, I gotta play another fucking Russian character when I already played this kind of character already in Rocky 4, but who the heck knows what they were trying to go with this? I would say it's an entertaining popcorn flick for what it's worth. It's far from perfect, okay? But again, like I said, the cast is there. I love the setting. Again, but outside of those three guys, guys I mentioned, Al White and Emmett Walsh, and of course Dolph Lundgren, you got the late T.P. McKenna. He's in this movie. Yeah, I did not expect to see some of the star power in a movie like this, and it's a damn shame. I think we were trying to get somewhere with this movie, but again, there was just something off this movie. Like the slow build kind of threw it off for me. Like this hero thing was, like I said, I was just waiting to see how they're going to transform this guy, this so-called Soviet guy that again from behind the Iron Curtain into a hero into the hero of this movie. So it's a hard act to follow. And with that in mind, I'm going to give this movie maybe I'm going to give it a 5 for now. I was thinking of bringing it a little lower, but I feel like 5 is a mid ground. Like again, for what it's worth, the action is there. Character building wise, kind of sucks. It's a little wonky, but still fine Dolph Lundgren movie if you put it that way. Again, it's available on Freevee. Give it a watch. That's just for this week. Thumbs up for videos. Subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting content.